What's up, everybody? It's Dr. Shazetta. I pray you guys are doing well. Happy Monday to you all. It is Monday, August the 10th, 2026, and it is almost 10 p.m. at night. I didn't feel like recording earlier, and when I thought about it, I was busy doing something else. And then I didn't feel like it. And then I was like, well, I'll just do it tomorrow and explain. And I was like, no, they're following you every day. So the least you can do is hit record. So I'm going to tell y'all now, tonight's video is not going to be super long, but I did want to check in with y'all. But first, if you're new here, I'm Dr. Shazetta. This is Dr. Shazetta's The Well Life, the place where intellect, creativity, and inspiration collide. My little corner of the internet where I lean fully and intentionally into the fullness of who I am. And I do it unapologetically. If you're new here, welcome. If you're returning, I'm super glad that you're here. So yesterday, I shared with you all that day 4 of this 10-day reset challenge was particularly difficult. If you haven't watched the first 4 videos, I do encourage you to go and do so. But for a little context, my husband and son are traveling for the next several days, and I was a little nervous about being without them, not because I'm extra needy and extra clingy generally, but because this is the first time I've been by myself since my dad passed away, and in hindsight, maybe I should have gone with them. But I didn't, and so I was a little nervous about loneliness settling in and all the things. But on the day that they left, I decided that instead of allowing loneliness to settle in and being consumed by it, that instead I would do my best to be intentional about the way that I spent this 10 days. And so I challenged myself to a reset, to looking more closely at the ways that I allow my attention to be distracted, to look and think more about how I refine the ways that I treat my body, exercise, sleep, movement, diet, or nutrition. And thirdly, about how I take hold of my creative rhythms, because creativity is quite literally, has been at least for so many years, a part of the work my soul must have, but I've not had much inspiration to create for the last year or so. And so I decided to focus on that. And the first couple of nights, sleep evaded me. I struggled 2-3 hours of sleep, and my eyes show it on, I think, day 2 or 3 of the video. And then on night 3, evening 3, it got really hard. I was just feeling really heavy and really down, and there were tears. And Sunday was difficult. Even though I got out of the house and went to church, it was a challenge. So I talked about that on yesterday. But one thing that I tried a few nights ago was to come up to my room around 9 and just be in the bed by around 9:30, and to allow myself to drift off, as opposed to just sitting up kind of dreading coming to bed. And so that has worked well for me the last couple of nights. And when I woke up this morning, I found myself actually anticipating getting up, like in an excited way. I was excited for the day, and I got up and I said my prayers, and I could tell that there was something different today than about yesterday. And I knew instantly that I had more capacity today than I've had the last couple of days. And so I was able to be thankful for that. And I was able to move in a relaxed and slow but intentional rhythm that honored myself. I got my devotional reading in. I spent some time in prayer. I drank my coffee, and I sat on the porch, and I even cleaned up a little bit. And then I turned on my computer and got done some work, and was able just to go down my task list without a great deal of distraction or frustration or any of those things. And what it made me learn about today was, it was a reminder that when we wake up each morning, we are gifted a new day, and that we're not required to carry yesterday's weight or yesterday's heaviness into a new day. In fact, Scripture says to us that God gives us new mercy, right? I always add to that to say that God gives us new grace every single morning, that we're given another opportunity. Some people would say to get it right, but we're giving another chance. We're given another chance at life. And I used to try and hold myself to like this gigantic task list every day, but I'm learning more and more that I am kinder to myself when I wake up, and after I check in with God, I check in with myself and say, Now, what do I have the capacity for today? What deserves my attention today? What am I capable of today? Where do I need to place my focus and my heart and my passion today? And today I was able to do that, to give myself one big thing that I needed to get done, and then to kind of flow out from there. The question that kept coming up for me today was, how do I allow each day to simply be its own day? Not a day that is squeezed or squeezed, as they say in the South, squeezed into, right, this, I don't know, this monotonous, whatever it becomes. How do I allow each day to be its own day and to be grateful for it? After I finished my work, I decided I was going to turn on a movie, and I turned on a movie on Netflix and ordered in some 4 cheese Hot Pockets from the grocery store and some Doritos and a cherry ginger ale. And I sat there, uploaded some videos for another project that I'm working on, and then just relaxed back on the couch. And it was a good couple of hours just to breathe. And then I saw something that reminded me of my daddy, and it took me to a place of remembering my dad, which is a mix of joy and sorrow, and missing my dad, but rejoicing and celebrating that he gets to be in glory. So all in all, today has been a good day. I'm grateful for today. I am grateful for learning to give myself permission. I am grateful for learning that every day does not have to be the same prescription. I am grateful for learning that every day doesn't have to be perfect to be a good day. I am grateful for the ability to learn and to see and to realize that even in this reset, it's not about perfection, but it's about giving myself the permission and trusting myself enough to respond to my life and to show up in my life for myself while my life is actually happening. And being able to decide then when I need to stop and rest, when I need to work, when I need to create, when I need to sleep, when I need to hydrate, when I need to just get out of the house like I did yesterday, or when being alone is the best thing for me. Yesterday, the silence and the solitude felt like a weight. Today, that same quiet and empty house was a sanctuary that gave me room to just be. And for that, I'm grateful. So, as you see, I've tied my head up. And those who know me well, that know that when I tie my head up, I'm going to bed. So I'm about to go take my contacts out, get myself cleaned up, and crawl in the bed. But I wanted to just stop and check in with you all. Today has been a better day than yesterday. And for that, I'm grateful. I thank you all for your prayers, for your well wishes, your text messages, your comments on my social platforms and here. And I thank you for being a part of this community as I continue endeavoring to live the well life, not just producing good stuff, not just producing projects that people can say are well done, but committed to being well as I'm doing, being well as I'm living, being a well, or having a well of reserves that I can draw from and that others can draw from as well. So anyway, I hope you hit that subscribe button. I hope you hit the notification bell and become a part of this community as I am growing and seeking to build it. So that will be here as an inspiration one to the other. All right, I'm tired. Y'all should be able to see it in my eyes. I certainly feel it. I hope you'll join me tomorrow for day 6 of this 10-day reset. We'll talk soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.